Hello and welcome to the 2016 has been the best year ever so far. Oh wait, no, it's been fucking horrendous podcast. You got your hosts. Your hosts as always, it's Billy Palmer,
Billy boy,
and Ryan James Carter.
How you doing, everyone? How you doing?
Yeah.
I would ask you how you're doing, but I know how you're doing. You know how I'm doing.
Oh yeah.
We're asking the listeners how they're doing.
Yeah.
How are you doing, guys?
I'm sure they're doing great.
Better than us.
Yeah.
Because who isn't? Who isn't? Welcome back
so
to the happiest podcast on earth. Enjoy your stay.
At the time of this recording, the first podcast is now up.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
It is now up, and to my surprise, surprise, nobody's commented to let us know what they want to hear us talk about. So you know what? Let's not talk about anything because nobody wants to hear anything.
Silence. Sit here in silence. Right.
Let's cut that. not cut it out. I mean, let's stop the silence.
Let's cut the shit. Start the pit.
Let's. What's going on today? What have you done today, Ryan?
Would you rather always have smelly feet or have a small dead animal hidden somewhere in your house every 3 weeks?
What's this? Would you rather?
Yeah.
Are we playing? Is that what we're doing today?
That's what I'm doing now.
Well, give it to me again. I did not listen to a word you said.
Would you rather always have smelly feet?
Yeah.
Always have smelly feet?
Always.
Or have a small dead animal hidden somewhere in your house every 3 weeks?
Well, I don't want dead animals, full stop. Like, that's just not nice.
And you already have smelly feet.
And you know what? Like, I don't care if my feet smell. I mean, it might bother other people, but it's not going to bother me. And if it does bother other people, then, like, it's kind of unfortunate. But, like, I could spray my feet, so...
You could.
I could, like, sort of surround my feet
out.
in cologne.
Would you rather wake up and find yourself suddenly 1,000 years in the past or 1,000 years in the future?
So, in the past, I don't know what was going on 1,000 years ago because I'm not good at history.
You would have been...
But, like, I'm pretty sure it was pretty shit.
Yeah.
However, I don't know what it's going to be like in 1,000 years in the future. The world might not even still be here. Who knows?
Exactly.
Uno.
Again.
Shit board game. It's not board game, what a card game, whatever it is.
Thing is, in 1,000 years, what if the Earth isn't here and you're just floating around in space and it's just like rocks flying everywhere?
At least 1,000 years ago, you know that the world was a thing. You know
to some extent, yeah.
You know what? You could say it might be awful, but if you play it right, you might be all right. And with the knowledge you have now, 1,000 years ago, you could do pretty well.
Yeah,
that's true. You could be doing pretty well. So you might be able to alter. Well, I'm pretty sure you'll most likely, definitely, somehow alter how the present's going to be.
Yeah, you would.
Whether it's good or bad, who knows? But
who knows?
Who knows? Who knows and who knows?
Why, like this? Some of these are stupid. Would you rather swim 4 laps in a pool of boiling hot grease or acid?
It's like it's the same thing, really.
Either way.
So boiling hot grease is burn you, and acid is also going to burn you.
Exactly. You're going to be in stupid amounts of pain
or
what? Death anyway.
Yeah.
Would you rather have X-ray vision or thought reading? I know I'd go for X-ray vision because thought reading would just mess up my own head.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, because X-ray vision, is it like X-ray, like getting an X-ray so you can see people's bones, or is it that you can see through? I'm assuming you can
see through things. So, like, if you're in a house, you can see through walls or whatever.
Yeah, that's probably better. Because mind reading, it could be useful in some ways because you'd be like, yeah, I know exactly what you're thinking, but at the same time, not, because it's just going to upset you half the time.
It's hard because in certain situations it could be really helpful. Like, it would get you out of danger, or it might win you an argument.
You could hear somebody thinking like they're going to attack you or something, the thought process, and you're like,
it's like Spidey senses on steroids. Yeah. Would you rather... This is a really nice one, this one.
Okay.
Would you rather date a loving, smelly skunk or a good-smelling but hateful human?
I'd rather have a good smelling hateful human because there's not bestiality. It's not.
It could be a pet. No one brought bestiality into this, apart from you.
Wait. Say me again. Would you
rather date?
Yeah, so you're dating them.
It's not exactly bestiality. It's just a date. You're going to the cinema with a skunk.
Right.
You're going to have a nice Pizza Express meal with a skunk.
I know, but no one's going to let you in anywhere. They're not going to let you in.
But it's a loving skunk. He might be a bit smelly, but he's real loving.
Yeah, but they're not going to let you in anywhere, are they?
No.
At least with the human, I can hate them as well.
But they smell really good.
Yeah. I love it when people smell good.
Yeah, that's a good thing though, isn't it? When people smell good, it's like...
Yeah, it's lovely.
Would you rather eat... I haven't even read through this one yet, so we could be walking on dangerous territories. Good. Would you rather eat half a cup of chili powder, sprinkle a little chili powder in each of your eyes, or snort a line of chili powder in each nostril? Eat half a cup of chili powder. Yeah. Obviously. Because who would put chili powder in their eyes... Or snort it. Well, guys, this podcast is sponsored by Burps, the gas that keeps on giving.
The gas. That's it.
The gas.
That's the whole tagline.
Would you rather save the world and be made fun of, or save mankind in a bittersweet way and be praised?
So, that. I don't get.
You get praised at the end of it. So
yeah, but what do they mean by bittersweet?
I don't know. That's a shit one.
It's awful.
Would you rather your eyelids make a small fart noise every time you blink? Or every time you fart, it makes a random animal call?
I'd rather every time I fart it makes a random animal call.
How awesome would that be?
Who wouldn't want that?
Every time you blink.
No, I blink too often.
Animal call would just be amusing.
I fart too often as
well.
well.
Ryan's coming over. I wonder what animals
and it's a random animal call, so you don't know what it's going to be each time. So it's a nice surprise.
Damn. Would you rather have a total lifespan of 1,000 years and be able to control what age you are, or live 100 years and have superpowers?
Oh,
that's a really good one.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a total lifespan of 1,000 years and be able to control what age you are? So literally within that 1,000 years, you could be a baby again. Or...
But it's another thing where it's like, it's not immortal, obviously. No. But it's like
how you are now.
It's the same thing where people say like they wouldn't want Wolverine's powers because he can't love anyone, or if he does, they're gonna die and whatnot.
Yeah.
Over 1,000 years, that's like at least 10 different lifetimes. So 10 different...
I'd definitely go superpowers because I want superpowers anyway.
Yeah.
We spoke about this in the last podcast.
Yeah.
I'll do one more.
One more.
If time travel were possible, would you rather interact with others in the past or future just to observe?
It's similar to the first one.
Again, future. I always go for future stuff because it's the unknown.
Yeah.
Would you rather receive $5 million at age 20 or $50 million at age 50? So $5 million at 20 or $50 million at 50.
I'm good. I'd like 5 million right now.
Yeah.
I'm good for that. Like, cause when I'm 50, and it's just like
it's another 30 years.
I mean, one, I've got to wait ages for that, and like a lot of money right now would help a lot of things and make my life good. But once I'm 50, it's sort of like, it's not like, oh, my life's over, because obviously I've got years left, but it's just sort of like all the cool stuff that I could have done. Like if I had money earlier,
you could. I mean, obviously,
it's
get interest in the bank.
It's significantly less money, the 5 million.
Yeah,
but it's still 5 million.
It's still
way more money than I expect ever having.
5 million is a stupid amount. Like if you're buying a house, it's not as big amount, but you could buy a crazy big house with that money.
But like my thoughts are that if I ever get like loads of money like that, I'm probably not going to buy a massive house. I'm going to buy like...
and deck it out with stuff.
I'm going to buy like an okay size house, a house that fits me and whoever I'm with, or whatever size family I want to end up having.
Yeah.
And whatnot. As long as it fits and it suits that, it's fine. It doesn't have to be over the top. but then I use the rest for like other cool stuff or like experiences.
I'd buy all the things I'm like constantly saying, oh, I wish I had this, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
I'd buy so many Star Wars lightsabers and make a Star Wars room. And like, or just like a geek room.
See, your room's like already a cool room.
It is geeky because it's like everything in it is
like,
just so...
Yeah, it's like a little cave.
Everywhere you look is just like something nerdy.
This is terrific for the listeners.
We'll do a 360 video when we get millions and millions of dollars.
Or I can pimp out my vlogs once again because your room is featured in my vlogs a lot.
Oh, it is, yeah.
But it's his room. He's got like posters and paintings and things like that and artwork all around, which looks amazing. But then on all of the shelves,
I got little
models and figures and things and just
Star Wars Lego primarily.
Yeah, and it's all pretty damn cool.
I'm a kid. I got a Lego X-Wing Starfighter from for Christmas, and I'm 21 now, so still getting Lego at the age of 20. So,
but Lego is still cool.
It's Star Wars as well.
Like Lego's expensive as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like for what
that's
it is.
That's why when we go to America, I'm going to buy Lego over there because that's going to be real cheap.
Yeah, so we're going to Florida at some point this year.
Can't wait.
And it's going to be so good. I need to save up because I've almost got enough to pay for my flights.
It's going to be expensive.
But I also am going to need a bit more for just... I need it for like villa and whatnot, like where we're staying and all that, just chip in with that. But I want to be able to spend a lot whilst I'm there as well.
There's going to be so much crap that I'm going to see because we're going like Disney World and all the parks and stuff.
Yeah.
When we go to Star Wars World, I've heard that the shop there is just awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm going to Harry Potter World, which is going to be... We're going to get butterbeer.
Yeah.
Butterbeer.
So I think last time I went, I'm not sure, but like there's always been a Star Wars bit at it's the it was MGM Studios, which was one of the Disney parks, but now I think they call it Hollywood Studios, which
I think
is really weird because it's obviously not in Hollywood, it's in Florida.
Yeah.
But they always had a Star Wars bit there. That's where the Star Wars ride, the Star Tours ride, whatever thing was, I believe. But and I think in the shops they had some Star Wars stuff or whatnot. But I think at this point, like Disney hadn't actually bought Lucasfilms yet.
This is when you went a while ago.
They were sort of obviously they had a connection because obviously they had Star Wars stuff there and everything.
Star Wars
but now that they've literally bought them and it is owned by Disney now, it's so much, and they're making actual
opening in a whole new Star Wars area, which is like there's going to be like vendors
when that's
around.
Supposed to be?
I don't know. I have a feeling it's something like 2017 or 18.
Oh, that's annoying.
I know, right? And then like it's an expensive holiday that we're not going to be able to do for quite a while.
Yeah.
But I think whatever we go and see anyway is going to be amazing. I'm just looking forward to seeing like all the rides and stuff because I've only been on rides that are sort of around the theme parks in our area.
Yeah,
and they're going to be so different.
But like for you, obviously, when you go to them, you don't go to them that often, but still, like it's sort of like I've been on it and stuff. So it's still exciting stuff. But for you, going to this, it's going to be
like I've never been on like say the Hulk ride or whatever. Like I can't. It's going to be crazy. Yeah. So like these the ones in America are just so typically like just huge, like off the ground, and you see around
because they have so much space as well for them. Whereas here, like say Alton Towers, is pretty much in the middle of nowhere, so they've got. Quite big ones. I mean, they've got big ones at the ones near, like at Thorpe Park and everything. But like Thorpe Park isn't in the middle of nowhere. So like there's, and it's on like a man-made island.
Basically, I know. I heard that. Yeah.
So like there's a bit limited for space, whereas the ones over there, it's just like they have loads of space because it's just everywhere,
flat,
just so
open
big.
Area or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So but we've been before, not you, but me and my family have been to Florida before and been to all the theme parks, the Disney and Universal parks and all of that. And not been in a while, but we love going back every time. It's always great.
It's my first time to America.
First time to America. First time It is first time on a plane.
On a plane? I've never been on a plane before.
Never been on a plane. So this is Ryan's first time on a plane.
I look like a little kid.
And he's coming to Disney for the first time as well.
My first proper holiday, really, as well. So I've been to Disneyland Paris when I was 6. I don't really remember anything apart from having a tantrum on the Snow White ride. We literally turned up. And we were like, right, what's the first thing we'll pick as we go on? It was the Snow White ride.
Yeah.
And we went through it. It's really nice because all of the what are they called? The Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Yeah.
Yeah.
You go through the house and the Seven Dwarfs are like working in the house and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then for the rest of the ride, after that 5% of the ride that's happy and jolly, it's just torture.
Is it basically like the scene, when she goes through the woods?
Yeah, it was
like
absolute torture. I was terrified and I was scarred for life because I went through, everything's nice, and then all of a sudden the trees are above you and there's spooky music playing and thunder.
I think the similar thing happened to Rebecca the first time we went. She went on there, obviously was freaked out, but then she refused to get on any other ride.
Yeah, I think that's what put me off. Maybe that's why I didn't get on roller coasters.
Oh, maybe.
Even though this was like a
it's
little
not
choo-choo
train. But like you were just sort of
associated with
it's a ride and there might be scary stuff.
But I remember sitting on the right hand side of the carriage. My mum was on the left.
Yeah.
And I looked to the right, and there was the Queen in the mirror. Yeah. And then the light changes in the mirror, and she changes to the horrible witch.
Oh.
And that did it for me. And then skeletons were flying out. And then the ride was over, and Mum was like, "It's okay." And I remember walking out of the ride, and other people, like passing people who were queuing up to go in, and me and my sister were just screaming, crying, because we were so scared of this ride. And all the other kids in the line must have been like, "What the fuck happens on this ride?" Like,
oh dear.
But I think
I can imagine little baby Ryan.
Little baby boy. I was only 6.
Ryan.
But
I've seen a picture of you when you were 6.
I'll tell you what, we'll put it up on the thumbnail or whatever for the next video.
Yeah, we'll put it up here now in post. Ryan's giving me work to do, editing work to do.
I can edit as well.
Better supply me with the picture now.
I will. And if you aren't seeing the picture, well, just imagine little Ryan.
Just imagine an alien.
That is the most accurate description of that photo. I was just...
That's not true. I don't genuinely believe that. But you said it, so now it's fun to say.
I've got flared nostrils. My whole head takes up 20% of the picture. The seat was like raised up as high as it was. This was my passport photo. I was just a little boy.
He was this tiny
little monkey. I look like a little monkey.
You don't look like yourself. No, you look really different. I know. He's a little cutie. But there was a picture on your birthday that Jack put up.
Oh, of me and Jack at school.
You and Jack. So Jack's our friend, our very, very good friend, a very close friend.
If you listen to the first podcast, you heard him at the end.
Yeah. That's Jack there for you. He put up a picture of him and Ryan together from when was
2006.
2006. But was that your first year together at school?
Yeah, it was the last day at primary school.
Right.
So it was like the day everyone was breaking up, and then obviously you had summer break, and then we'd start secondary school.
Yeah.
And
you don't look like yourself. You're
both
tiny.
of us. We don't.
Jack. So I grew up with Jack. So any picture of him, even when it doesn't look like how he is now, I'm just used to it. I'm just like, yeah, that's Jack.
You knew him like that, didn't you?
Whereas I didn't know you when you looked young. Yeah. I still look the exact same as I do as when I was 6. So
right now.
So I do.
No, you do not.
I look the same as when I was 12.
The thing is, though, I feel like just obviously growing up that you do change looks and stuff, but my face structure has changed. Because in that photo with me and Jack, my head is like a ball. It's just round, and it's like my hair is all floppy over my head. I didn't even have a haircut.
It's probably from the haircut. That's why it looks sort of different. Maybe.
I am 21 now, so that was at least.
Well, that was 10 years ago. It was 2006, 10 years ago.
10 years ago, yeah, of course.
So you would have been 11?
Yeah, I would have been 11. But that's me and Jack for that photo. I didn't even know he had that photo. And I was looking back on that and I was like, because he did the comparison video of last year and 10 years ago. And I was just like, oh, how cute. But I couldn't believe how different we looked, actually.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So I sort of sometimes look back, because I'll get bored and I'm like, I want to change my display picture on something on Twitter or something. So I'm like, I sort of look through my phone or I look through Facebook. I'm like, there's really not many pictures taken of me.
No.
or I don't know, like I can never find many pictures of me, and there's hardly any that are just me. I'm always stood with someone or in a group of people.
And the thing is, you don't ever.
And they all look like, and I'm like, I'm not gonna. Well, I mean, like, to me, I'm like, yeah, they look terrible, and people are like, oh no, you look fine and stuff. But I'm like, no, I don't want that as a display picture.
And also, you don't want to just go and take a selfie for that thing, unless you're someone who likes taking selfies.
Yeah, exactly, and I don't like taking them. That's not what I do.
I've got the perfect one for you here.
Oh no, it's not. No, Ryan took a picture of me last time we recorded, and I'm not okay with it. It's not all right. It's I pulled a face, and it's just. I don't know.
You pulled something. I don't look like myself. Someone else. That doesn't look like you.
No, I look like a cartoon character.
That doesn't look like your. Like. I don't know if anyone will ever see that photo, but me. But
no, they better not.
Can I?
I'll kill.
Okay, right, I've got a challenge for you here.
Okay. Let's have it.
So, you know how you are dead inside.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, dead serious.
Oh.
Because about the podcast and how great life is right now, and the dance was great.
Yeah.
You're pretty good at keeping a straight face and not laughing because you've got an empty black soul.
I can do, yeah.
Yeah, right. So you can just. So I just want you to look at this and just try not to laugh. There's a little bit.
Wait, play it closer because they couldn't hear it. Obviously, they can't.
I wasn't sure how loud it was going to be.
It's a Snapchat Ryan sent me the other day. It's of a video. So you can only hear it there, but it's so there's a YouTube channel we watch called SourceFed, and I
only watch it occasionally, just on the off chance that they put up a video every once in a while.
Yeah.
Every 3 seconds of our life, whilst we're waiting for it to re-upload, or
every second, I'm just sat there refresh.
As soon as I see a new SourceFed video, I'm like, I'll drop everything. Priorities, SourceFed.
So this
podcast is sponsored by.
He sent me a Snapchat video of our favourite host from that. He was doing a little bit.
He was going mental.
He put some Red Bull in his mouth, and then he sort of spat it out.
He was mimicking a scene from a film.
He was mimicking the scene from a film, but you guys couldn't see it. But what you heard is that, and it tickles our fancy.
It was hilarious.
It plays with our funny bone.
Because you're sitting there, just sort of. Don't have to burp whilst I'm talking. Mate. I think that's the first burp we've done on this podcast. I was at
Starbucks today, obviously, as I explained to you. I was meeting up with my friends.
For all of you that don't know, Starbucks is the new company that have colonised on the moon. They're working to transfer to Mars now. They're running the world alongside Google.
A little bit.
Pluto's out of the question.
It's kind of they're debating whether or not they're even going to bother with Pluto.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I was in Starbucks.
Okay.
But
on Earth, this one.
Yes, this one was on Earth, and I was catching up with a friend that I haven't seen in a long time, and
because they were just running, so you had to catch up with them.
I had to catch up with them. It was like, when your fridge is running, and you have to catch it.
Oh yeah, they were just trying to run away from you.
I kept feeling really rude every time they were talking, but I'd take like a massive sip of my coffee because like. I don't know why it's considered rude. I couldn't care less if somebody did it, but I was getting all self-conscious in my head, maybe they think I'm being rude if I keep taking a sip every time they talk. But then I can't sip whilst I'm talking because that's not how
unless you
talking
do what
works.
Steve does and go what the fuck, and just spit it out coffee everywhere.
But I feel like that would be even more rude. So
yeah,
you're a
bit of a mug, aren't you?
You're speaking of mugs. I turned up to Ryan's today. And,
such a great friend. I like the goodness of buying you a birthday present.
Yeah.
Cancelled out the shitness of me not wrapping it up and hiding it from you.
Well, I couldn't care less whether it was wrapped or not. I'm just happy about it. I just think it's really cool. What happened was Ryan had made me a coffee in the mug, the same mug that he makes me coffee in every time I'm here
for the podcast.
Because that's my mug. That's my mug here. That's what I do. It's my little podcast mug, and so we come upstairs with our coffees, and Ryan in his head is thinking, oh shit, I've left Billy's birthday present just out in the open. I hope he doesn't see it. And what it is it's a mug, another mug, because I collect mugs, and it's a Harley Quinn mug, and it's beautiful, it's wonderful. But he was kind of
get it out, crack it out. I want you to have a look at it.
Well, they can't see it.
Oh well, everyone can just imagine.
I'll get it out for you, Ryan.
You haven't had a look. Beg your pardon. We said we're going to do that later. Oh, the mug. You're talking about the mug.
like it. Oh, it is gorgeous.
Oh, I told you it was good, wasn't it?
Oh, it's gorgeous. I'll have to Instagram a picture of it later.
It's £10, please.
£10 for it.
£10.
All right, £10.
Actually, you might as well
£10
give me
what?
like 20. Might as well just give me tenner.
Basically, I set foot in the room, and Ryan's thinking in his head, I hope Billy doesn't notice it, because he wanted to like sort
Surprise
of like
you.
present it.
Yeah,
to him.
yeah.
The first thing I see is this mug. It's still in its box, but I can see it's a mug, and I can see it says Harley Quinn on it. And I knew what like the Harley Quinn picture was, because it's the same as like Ryan has a deck of cards that are like the Gotham Girls sort of thing. I knew what it was. It was the second I saw it and said Harley Quinn, it was like the writing and everything. I just knew what it was going to be. And I didn't think it was mine, because it's just there. And I saw it, and I just went, "Oh my god, that's an awesome mug!"
It's something I would buy for myself, so you could probably.
So I just assumed, I was just like,
whatever,
Ryan's got himself a new mug, and I just saw it, and I just went, "Oh my god, that is an awesome mug!" And Ryan's like, because Ryan also had himself a coffee, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's a different one from last time," talking about the mug he has his coffee in. And I'm like, "No, that mug there." And he's like, "Oh shit, he's seen it. He's seen it."
Happy birthday.
But thank you. This was a birthday present Ryan got me. Obviously my birthday was a little bit ago, but it didn't turn up. But that's fine. You know
That's
what?
what you get for buying things third party on Amazon. Amazon, you screwed up again.
You know what? I actually love it, because it's like on your birthday you get your presents and whatnot, right? But then when it's like a week or two later, you get another present. It's like it's your birthday again. Exactly. So it's
that's the thing.
Because if you get them all in one go, then it's like all that joy in one go.
Fun, but then it's over.
If you
It's like
disperse
Christmas.
it, then it's great. So I got my present for my sister the day after my birthday. So that was another.
Well, I saw my auntie the other weekend, and I got a present from her for my birthday.
Yeah, and yours was in January. Yeah, yours was
I got
over a
this
month
delivered
ago.
from Japan, which Sam got me. Was my little model kit of Boba Fett's ship from Star Wars. And that was like, my birthday's just all over the place.
The late presents are always the best ones, because they're usually more of a surprise. Because on your birthday, you know you're going to get some presents.
Or
but you're ready to get some presents. Whereas if a week later you see somebody who you didn't get to see around your birthday, you see them and then you're not expecting anything, so it's not your birthday anymore. That was a little while ago. You're seeing them and they're like, "Oh, I've got a gift for you," and it's a bigger surprise. So even if it's say like it's a smaller present or something, it's usually your favourite one, because it was the one that was the biggest surprise.
It gets you excited,
it's like, oh, sweet,
excited.
So I was very happy. That's exactly how that was what was going on in my head when I walked in and I saw this mug. Yeah. That's what happened in my brain.
Billy saw that mug and he was like, "Jesus Christ!"
No, that's Ryan's thought when he was like, "Oh, shit, he's seen it."
Oh, that's a nice mug, Ryan.
That was.
Oh, we weren't meant to see that. We were meant to see that, guys. He saw it.
But I bet it was pretty nice for you knowing full well that, despite even knowing it was an honest reaction. It wasn't like me like going, "Oh, nice, thank you, Ryan. That's very nice." Like, that's good.
It wasn't you being like, "What? That's a shit mug," and then give it to you and be like, "Oh, this is your birthday."
It was. I didn't think it was mine. I just saw a random mug and expressed my genuine, actual thoughts about it.
There you go.
And you knew.
You know what we're going to do at the end of the podcast today?
Oh, what are we doing at the end of the podcast today?
Again, see if he actually picks up with from his friend. Oh, is he at work?
I don't know. He's at work. I don't know when he finishes. Apparently, he was going to finish earlier today. But I think we'll leave Chilip, because
we'll leave him.
I think last time, because I didn't even talk to him. I didn't go home and go, "Oh, you didn't pick up." I just didn't think to. I'm pretty sure he did it on purpose, because he knew that we were just ringing him on the podcast.
Did he know you were around?
And he's a terrible person. Yeah,
he's a terrible person. But that's the fun of it. We'll make up for it when he features on our podcast.
He will be on the podcast at some point.
Which let's talk about. We'll say that we are aiming to
have guests.
Yeah, regardless of how many people listen to this is our little project. Anyone who watches this comes as a bonus, so I appreciate it. I keep saying watching, listens. But Chilib, Billy Boy's brother, Charlie Palmer, he will be on our podcast, whether he likes it or not.
He will.
And it's going to be great. It won't be for him. He's going to fucking hate it. It's going to be torture for an hour.
We're just going to rip into him.
We'll be like, Charlie, welcome to the show, and we'll just be...
We're just going to rip into him.
We'll be talking over him. We'll be asking him silly questions. And then he'll start talking about points of views that he has. And he'll make...
he goes off, doesn't he? This is going to be a great podcast.
Oh, no, he'll say
something.
We'll have like a view, and we'll just be like, oh, Charlie.
He'll be going off, and we'll just let him, because
we'll be having a little conversation, and he'll be looking on his phone, and he'll start singing. And he'll be going...
He's like, Charlie, shut up.
What are you doing, mate?
Yeah.
Like when he was watching the rugby, when that was on, by Christmas.
I just realised, if he did ever listen to this podcast, we're just using this episode just to bitch about him. We love him, Chilib. But he's
I'm not even going to address him in this because he's not going to listen to this.
He's
not.
And
if he does...
then this is what we really think of you.
It was a good fun time.
I hate you. Let's bitch about Jack, shall we?
No, can't bitch about Jack. We love him.
Sweetheart. He's a lovely little boy.
50% of the time.
Yeah. No, he's a lovely little boy.
Do you know there is one more thing?
The thing is you feel bad if you were talking shit about Jack, because he's just a lovely little.
He's
a
so
little
innocent.
mousey.
He's so innocent.
He's not a little mousey. He's a big boy.
He's a big boy now.
He's tall. He's very tall.
Yes.
But Charlie, like, he'll just like, go on and fight me. Fight me. So you can say whatever you want about Charlie. He'll just like, fight me. But then he won't fight you.
If you try and give Chilib, right? If you try and give Charlie a hug. If you try and give that boy a hug, even if it's out of the goodness of your own heart, he will either throw up on you or just punch the shit out of you.
There was a party recently. There was a party. It's just.
Oh right. Next topic.
Yeah. He was there.
Yeah.
And I don't know who it was. I can't remember.
Was it New Year's or something like that? I can't remember.
No.
You don't know the party.
A bit earlier on.
Oh yeah.
But someone tried to give him a hug, and obviously we're all stood there, and we know that he doesn't like hugs, and this person didn't really know that about him, so they tried to give him a hug, and obviously we encouraged them. We're like, yeah, go on, give him a hug, give him a hug, and for us, he'll just push us off and be like, no, because it was like he didn't really know this person. It was sort of awkward, so he just had to let them hug him. And he was just like, I don't know what's wrong with him. What did
I love hugs.
What did we do to him as a child to make him...
Maybe you just didn't hug him.
I love hugs. I mean, that's it. That's my point.
Yeah.
You know when you go to expand on something, you're like, you know what, no.
There's a difference between a hug and a cuddle, though. I haven't had the privilege of having a cuddle for a long time, because I'm a lonely boy.
Oh.
But cuddles are the greatest.
I love cuddles.
I know. Just the word cuddle makes me feel comfy.
It just makes you feel warm.
It's just nice. Netflix and cuddles is the new thing. Let's fucking end the podcast and just spoon on the bed watching Netflix show.
Yeah, let's Netflix and chill. We Netflix and chilled last time.
The thing is, we did, yeah. In separate
Not
chairs.
That way. You were in a chair and I was sat in.
Do you know what? Every time I use Netflix and chill now, I always...
Netflix and kill. What have you been watching? Making a Murderer?
I always say Netflix and kill now. That's my new thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you and I, we could settle down and Netflix and kill.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you think it's going to be a really nice, like, oh yeah, I'd Netflix and chill with you, but
I'd murder documentary and chill with you.
Oh right, it sounds like a date.
Last time we watched The Voices.
Oh god.
And
the thing, we both loved it, didn't we?
It was a really good film. I really liked it.
I think the last time I watched it, I was sort of high on meds and stuff because I came out of hospital. And I was watching it and I was like, this is hilarious, this is great. And I was just laughing at even the sickest parts of it. But it gets real dark, that film.
It is really dark.
It's a black horror, like a black comedy. Yeah,
so it's kind of like... Its main genre, I guess, is... What would you call it?
It's
like
psychological
thriller?
It's under psychological thriller on Netflix. But it's
That's
comedy.
what I'd say. Its main genre is that. But, like, it's not to be taken seriously. No, well, I mean, like... The main point of it is...
Yeah.
But it's done in a light way where you can laugh about it and you can laugh
the
about
concept of it.
It's got Ryan Reynolds in it.
Yeah, and I love Ryan Reynolds and Anna
We
Kendrick.
won't spoil it for anyone who after this might want to watch it.
Yeah, I was going to talk about it because the thing is, it's like what it focuses on, the film, the voices, is like, as a quick summary, the guy has like sort of mental issues, he's sort of like he's like quite depressed and stuff.
Yeah.
But he has these antidepressant pills, or doesn't, and hears voices and stuff.
Them,
yeah.
basically.
But so the film, like, even though the idea of it is like talking about focusing on something very serious, because it's portrayed from his point of view.
Yeah.
That's what makes it funny, but it's just written very well, and
yeah.
But it's a weird film in a sense that you don't quite know how to feel afterwards, because it makes you laugh a lot.
Yeah.
So there's certain characters in that film that are quite funny, but it is also very quite dark and quite deep.
Because when you'd last seen it, obviously you were just like finding it hilarious.
I was just laughing
because,
at it.
You were
like,
sort of,
I liked it as well. Yeah.
Meds and whatever and stuff. But then watching it the second time round, you were like
realised
how dark it was, and you were a bit worried. You were saying to me, like, "I'm sorry, I really didn't realise how dark this film was." And I was like, Ryan, this is my kind of film.
I know. And
this
is
my shit.
I think I knew that, but the only reason I said it is because I
didn't realise.
I forgot how like dark it got. Like,
it's not a scary film.
No, it's just very. I mean, it's gory.
It's got gore parts. It's not all gore the whole way through, but it's got gory parts. So if you don't like that, you could still probably watch it.
It's
just
not
maybe
too
skip
bad,
a few bits, maybe look away at a few bits. But like,
I definitely recommend it.
For the most part, like it's if you don't like horror films, it's fine. It's not a horror. It's more to get you thinking and whatnot. And you realise
it's similar to Birdman in a sense as well, because it's like that also focuses on someone who has mental issues, and it's
sort of you realise stuff gradually throughout.
I'm starting to realise as I'm like growing up and watching more movies and getting into stuff, I really, really love films that get you thinking like that. And like, there's a lot of films that I don't know, say take something like a Pixar film or just a comedy or whatever that's just generic, and it's just like sort of you watch it and it's sort of like every other film, just like it's got a front like a story and something. With
Pixar though, I feel
it does have underlying
watching
meanings
now,
and stuff.
When I was a kid, it was like it's just a story. It's just going on. There's just fun images on the screen, and I'm watching it, and it's
maybe
funny
Pixar wasn't a great example then, but I know what you mean. Like they've got underlying
watching
tones
them
that,
now. Like watching the new ones that come out, like Inside Out. Obviously,
I still haven't seen that actually.
I've
got it. I need to watch it. Apparently, it's quite emotional.
You really need to watch it. I think you'd really.
Well, we
really
could watch it after this.
If anyone's seen Inside Out, you'll know what I'm talking about. But like they've got a lot of hidden meanings, and also it focuses on deep stuff. I know what you mean. So Pixar wasn't a great example, but when I was a kid,
films,
that's
and the majority of people who watch it are families.
That's another thing. When the difference for me watching films now is obviously when I was a kid, as I'm saying, and I've just said, but I'm going to explain it in a different way because that's what I do. I repeat myself over and over, but in different ways. So
everyone does that.
Let's just stick with it. So when I was younger, I didn't pay attention to films. I liked films, and I liked most films. I still like most films now. It has to be really bad for me to like go, that was bad or whatnot. I can usually find something positive to do with a film because I'll just think into it. But when I was a kid, it was just images on a screen, and I wasn't really paying attention to what was being said or what was going on. It was just like
it's like just that with the Star Wars, the first prequel films for Star Wars. Because back then, like nowadays, like I still like them because I'm biased.
I still like them because I grew up with them and everything.
But I can acknowledge that the writing isn't great.
Yeah, and I can acknowledge why and how it's like they're very different from the originals and whatnot. But to me, when I was younger, Star Wars was all just Star Wars because it was all just lightsabers,
lightsaber battles, explosions, and whatever. And it's just so appealing to the eye.
And like, I wouldn't pay attention to the storylines of stuff.
No, because
I wouldn't have no idea what was going on because I'm just like, I don't care. I was just like, oh, that was a cool explosion.
Yeah. Whereas
now, I will sit and I will listen and I will get stuff. So I like rewatching films, and I'm like, sorry. I'm like...
Exactly, and I do that all the time.
I'm just like... Okay. All right. This is interesting. And
but that's the thing. I was like,
this is what's going on.
Looping back around to like something like Birdman. Not only was that an awesome film because I hadn't seen anything done like that before. Like that was such a new style.
So if nobody's watched Birdman, check that out.
We both highly recommend that.
It's really interesting.
It was one I was like planning to watch for ages, but I just
I remember when it came out in the cinema. I remember seeing trailers.
Awards.
I remember seeing trailers for it. I was like, that looks really interesting.
Yeah, it got like best
I wasn't
motion
sure.
picture and stuff.
I was kind of like, that looks really interesting, and I want to check it out just to see if I'm right and it is interesting. I wasn't sure. I was just like, but I don't know. Maybe it's not.
Might be
good.
just one of those films that people.
I watched it and I was like, really cool.
That's the thing. Nowadays, I'm taking chances with just any film. If someone says it's good, there's no harm in watching it because you're either going to like it or just be unsure about it.
I've become like weird with films. I don't like watching films by myself anymore. I used to all the time do it.
I can.
Whereas now I can, and I used to all the time watch films by myself. But I'm just like, nowadays, like I can watch a TV show or whatever by myself. I prefer watching them by myself. Like if it's something like The Walking Dead or Gotham or something I really have to pay attention to, sort of thing. Well, maybe not. I don't. Like maybe I could watch them with other people, but I have to watch them with the right people.
So that's what I was literally just about to say.
I could watch The Walking Dead with my brother or whatnot because we could both just sit there.
You've got stuff like Game of Thrones as well. And
yeah, I can watch Gotham with my brother and we could just sit there and we'll both pay attention to it. I can't like watch stuff with my family.
Yeah, neither can I because they're constantly either talking or not paying attention.
It's either being paused or talked over or whatnot. And I'm sorry if you are listening, family, but you know what you like.
But the thing is, it's that because you're watching,
and there's nothing bad against you guys. It's just if I really want to watch this, I'm gonna watch it by myself, and that's fine. That's how I get stuff watched.
At any point in time, someone could say something very little, and it could be talked over, and it was that crucial point that needed to be listened to, and it was like. That's why I'm always, if I'm with the right people...
That's why I love seeing stuff in the cinema, because even if I am watching something at home and I'm paying lots of attention to it, I will...
You're not doing anything but watch that, are you?
I will touch my phone and I will like look at stuff and I will do stuff. But when I'm at the cinema, like obviously that's it. That's all I'm doing is focusing all of my attention on the film.
And I've seen Star Wars... The Force Awakens 6 times in the cinema, twice in 4D
I bet
as well.
You notice so many things,
so many different things. I saw stuff the 6th time around that I didn't see anything around the other times.
Did you see the pink R2 unit?
Was it?
It's a really really quick shot.
Was it like in the Rebel base area?
I think so. It was. I think it's like right. I don't know if it's like right at the end or right.
I feel like
and it's sort of like it's zooming away, mate. Not like the cameras.
Yeah,
like
I think it is because they're all
and
grouped up
And
together.
you just see it just for a very maybe it's not that shot. I'm thinking maybe it's more of a panning shot.
Okay.
I remember seeing it. It was only the 3rd time watching it in the cinema. I noticed, but I remember hearing about it. It was basically I think it was a guy's daughter was terminally ill and he designed a pink R2 unit for her and I guess he sent it off or whatever.
Was that featured on SourceFed? I feel
think
like
so,
it was.
I think that's where I heard about it. And they included it in the film. They for her, they included it in the film. It's very quick and it's just in one little shot, but it's really cool. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, as I was saying, like movies, I don't know why, but I've become really like, I won't bother watching a film if I'm by myself. If I'm with somebody else and we've both decided to watch a film, then we'll just stick it on and that's what we'll do.
React
we'll watch
together
it.
And like.
Whereas I'm too much like. I can't decide on what I want to watch and whatnot. But when you're with somebody else, like you're sat with somebody else, like they say, "Oh, let's watch this," and then I'm like, "Yeah, sure, we'll watch that." And I will put something on, and then I go, "Oh no, I can't be arsed," sort of thing. But if I'm with somebody else and they put something on, I'm not going to be like, turn it off. I'll just be like, "Okay, that's what we're watching. That's what we'll do now."
I watched
the thing, so I think that's why I like watching stuff with other people because I'll actually make myself watch it.
I watched The Voices obviously the first time, and then afterwards I was like, oh, I'll look for something a little bit more lighthearted. And I hadn't seen the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle film, the Michael Bay one. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
No, I've not watched it yet.
But I was like, I'll give it a go, and I'm like, I love the look of Michael Bay films, but I wish they were just written better, because the Transformers films I'm not keen on anymore, just because watching them again, like, they look amazing, but I'm not keen on how they're written and stories and stuff. The first one's okay, and I like them, but I think they just drag on a bit. And I think the last Transformers film, I actually fell asleep in the cinema.
Charlie did.
Watching, and I was how did I manage that?
Yeah, he said he was really annoyed with himself that he did, because he was enjoying it. Yeah, and he wanted to watch the whole thing and enjoy it, but he was just so tired.
And I think that was right around the time where I started like criticising films a bit more, and I kind of felt guilty. I was
we're probably at college, or just...
I think it was probably just after or something.
Just
like
after
that,
you'd finished college.
But I was. It was around the time where I was sort of just starting to appreciate.
We both did
movies.
Media, so we.
And I was getting into like Quentin Tarantino and like Pulp Fiction, and comparing something like that is completely dialogue driven to something that's just I think that's why I haven't watched it. I've only watched it that one time, so maybe I'll like it the same time around tonight. Anyway, my point was, what was I saying? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I watched that, and it's annoying. I wanted to like it more than I did, because to me it looked awesome, and they had like the turtles were the best part of that film, because they can get away with being corny and cheesy and whatever. But the writing was just so terrible, and I was watching it like, and there were good parts and bad parts, but basically this isn't much of a spoiler, but they explain the origin of how they come to be and stuff, and they were like in this sort of lab experiment, and they got out in a certain way, which gets explained in the film, but they grow up in the sewer, toxic waste, blah blah blah, how they obviously become bigger and stuff, and Master Splinter, the rat who obviously grows with them as well, finds this kung fu book on the floor in the sewer, and he reads this book, and then it like cuts to them fighting all these ninjas and all this stuff happening. I'm like, how have they got all these reflexes and all these stuff, and how do they know how to fight from just reading like a book? But it looks cool and stuff, and there are funny parts, but the second one looks, from the trailer, the second one looks pretty decent.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking forward to that, but
I feel like lately with superhero films, obviously there's a lot of origin story to go with them. I feel like lately they've been getting sloppy and lazy with
the
people's origins. Because back in the day with I remember watching films where somebody had an origin story, and it genuinely explains their story, like Iron Man.
Iron Man, great,
the first one, like that really just shows how he started off with building the first suit and doing this and stuff. And like the old Spider-Mans, I don't know, I can't even remember because I haven't watched them in so long. But
I still love those ones.
Batman Begins.
Oh yeah.
Like that's great because it shows like the different.
I know where you're going.
He doesn't just straight away get the suit and everything, whereas they become a bit sloppy. Like the later the Amazing Spider-Man film. Like I really enjoyed the film.
Love those films.
I loved the film. I got a lot of criticism and obviously didn't do too well considering they decided to scrap that whole thing.
I know.
And to be honest, I really liked it. I liked Andrew Garfield
was my favourite Spider-Man.
But I feel like it was a bit sloppy in the way that... Well, so it did explain his origin, but like, say like with his costume, getting his costume together, there's like maybe...
It's a bit...
It was like he managed to get his full costume and his full like abilities Spider-Man outfit all sorted out in one brief montage.
Yeah, in one montage, and it's sort of like
whereas in like Batman, it like
it's
progressive, and you go through the stages of him of having it and everything, and I feel like that's where they're getting a bit sloppy. So that's just to get their suit or whatever.
Yeah.
The origin stories, I guess, do kind of get explained
this is
and
the thing,
stuff,
with
but
Marvel,
like some of the Avengers, like in the Avengers, like obviously some of them had their own films, some of them didn't. But then there's obviously other ones like Hawkeye and Black Widow that haven't had their own films. In the latest Avengers, it's sort of dabbles into Black Widow's backstory, and throughout there's references and stuff. But Hawkeye, it's just like, where the fuck did he come from?
Yeah. And like
he's cool. I like his character. He's fine and everything. But where the fuck did he come from?
With Marvel now, because they're obviously leading up to the bigger picture. Like literally, they're just like, and I'm not criticising it because I absolutely am a Marvel fanboy, but they are, the more superheroes they bring into it and give their own film, the harder it is for them to create original stories, because was like, I watched Ant-Man and I didn't like it.
Didn't you?
I don't know if have you seen it?
I've not watched it. My dad keeps, every time I walk downstairs and see him, he goes, you need to watch, need to watch Ant-Man. You and Charlie will really like it. I'm like, yeah, no, I will get around to it.
So I liked it. It was okay, but again, it was another origin story, and I thought they did it terribly. It was so rushed. Like
I like it. So obviously, because they've got to consider money, and in the like, we don't want to have to spend so much money on making so many films for these people when we know that they need these characters for this film or that film and whatever. But the problem is obviously it's comic books, so they have so much, and it's like, obviously some come out every month, some come out every week, and whatever. These are all old stuff, and there's just so much story in them, and they go on for so long. That's why The Walking Dead is so great as a TV series, because
ongoing.
It's just ongoing, and they can explain as much as possible. Obviously, I've not actually read the comics, so I don't know what the differences is, but Charlie says that it's quite good. It's not, obviously it's not exactly the same.
No.
But like, they can explain a lot of things. Whereas if you try and cram an entire origin story into half of a film, or just a film, it's sort of like, that's why it's rushed. And I see the problem is that, like, obviously they can't spend all this money and all this time on and stuff because the way that I'm thinking about it, it should take 2 or 3 films to be able to explain one character's backstory. So that's not ideal.
Not everyone's going to want
that's
that.
That's obviously not ideal. It's just unfortunate. It's just the way things are.
Well, this is the thing. The DC side of it now, obviously, there's sort of like the other side. You've got DC and Marvel. They're bringing out Suicide Squad, which I'm more looking forward to seeing that than I am with the Batman Superman film. Because, like,
for me, my biggest thing is obviously it's got my favourite characters from the DC universe in it. It's got Harley Quinn, obviously she's my top #1 favourite.
Played by
anything.
Margot Robbie.
The most potential
driven.
She has the most potential of anyone in the entire world I've ever seen. She is.
And she's playing Harley Quinn.
My favourite character,
one of the hottest
all time in ever, anything, and the most beautiful woman in the world. I'm getting excited. Anyway, so clearly I'm going to be excited about. Clearly I'm going to be excited about that film regardless of anything, but it has my favourite characters, so Harley Quinn, and then obviously Joker as well.
Jared Leto.
I love the character, the Joker as a character. Jared Leto is from a band that I am very fond of, so that's kind of cool, that's interesting. But also just the performances we've seen from him and from her and from everybody else.
Yeah. You got Will Smith.
The trailers,
a lot of people don't like Will Smith. I really like Will Smith, but
I've got no problem with him.
I've got no quarrels with the boy.
I've got no qualms. Just from the trailers, it looks amazing and it's very exciting.
Fun, and it doesn't look like it's too serious.
For Batman and Superman, for me, what it is like, obviously I'm excited because I'm a massive Batman fan, and obviously I like Superman as well. But like, Batman's like my favourite superhero like universe. Everything around Batman's my favourite, and obviously I'm excited for it, but I think it's one reason why I'm not as excited, or like I don't seem to be excited, and I think it's possibly the main reason is that it's overshadowed by the Suicide Squad movie, because I'm so excited for that. So that's all I can think about and all I'm caring about. But it's also because we've already the trailers aren't the best.
No. Well, they're good looking, but they're showing way too much.
They're showing a lot and whatnot, and I'm just like, whatever.
Sometimes you can't avoid them. They're showing in front of the film that you're going to see. Or...
I avoided watching them, and then obviously I went to the cinema and then it played, and I was like, okay, so I can't avoid this. But it was kind of like. Their stories have already been explained via film to me, because we've already had Batman films, and this is obviously following on, I guess, from
Superman
the
Returns.
Superman film.
Or whatever it's called.
Man of Steel.
Oh, Man of Steel, yeah.
It's following on from Man of Steel. So I've already seen that. I've already seen his origin story and everything.
Which I still need to see, actually.
Oh, haven't you? Oh, okay. I think we've got it.
I've got it as well.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, right. Maybe we can watch that as well. So yeah, it's all a mix of all of that, and as you said with the trailers, my thing with the trailers is like, okay, so you've got Batman versus Superman. That's the title.
Yes.
That alone. So Batman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone fucking loves Batman.
They do.
Superman. Everyone loves Superman.
Mm-hmm.
So you've already got one superhero, and you make a film about him, Batman. People are going to go see it regardless of anything because it's Batman. You're going to go see it. Superman, you make a film about Superman. People are going to go see it regardless. Like, that's its own unique selling point of its own. People are going to go see it. You put them together and it's like, oh my god, hell yeah. Of course, everyone's going to want to go see it, right? So you've already got everybody pretty much like, everyone's going to go see it anyway.
Yeah.
Right, sort of thing.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
With the trailer, you don't need to... Now I'm thinking about it, because I'm going to make my point, but then I'm going to make a counterpoint.
Okay.
Because this is how arguing with yourself works.
Yeah, well,
this is how being unstable works. You did, yeah.
Welcome to the Marvellous podcast.
You don't need to, in the trailer, let off the fact that Wonder Woman is also in the film.
No, it would have been so golden if she... Ooh.
It would have been amazing and a big, massive surprise to everyone going to see it. And you've already got Batman, Superman. That's what you're expecting. And then out of nowhere, in the film, you're like, holy shit, Wonder Woman's in it too.
The film isn't called Batman vs Superman featuring Wonder Woman.
Yeah, no.
The thing is, I tell you what, people knew that Gal Gadot, the girl playing Wonder Woman, was going to be in it before.
Right.
But there was no footage to show where she was. So even if people knew it, that they would love to see how she comes into it.
Yeah.
With this, they're showing
I feel like
her.
It would have been so awesome
reveal,
if just it was in the film you discovered it.
Yeah.
My thought now is that obviously they do kind of want to sell the fact that there is a strong female character in the film. That is a unique selling point, and a lot of people want to see that.
Like,
so
much more hype if they did that throughout the film.
So now I'm backtracking. I'm kind of like, oh, I can see maybe why they did it because it's a strong female character, which is, which like in the previous Batman films, the Christian Bale ones, like there wasn't characters like that in it, and so far in Man of Steel there wasn't like that or whatever. So this is introducing a new strong female character. So it's another
by the way,
point.
she'll be getting her own film next year.
So that's awesome. That's another thing to look forward to. So I can see maybe why they've done it now. Maybe why it was probably a good idea, because it's kind of like, look, we've got this, and people would complain
that there wasn't enough female.
That if they didn't show her in the trailer, they'd be like, oh well, like why did they not show her in the trailer? Oh, they're not giving her enough credit.
It's definitely
I'm like, okay, fair enough. Now thinking about it, but oh well, that's just my points. That's my views.
So here's what I have to say: is basically I do love Batman. I haven't really seen much Superman stuff anyway. The concept of him, he's Superman.
I mean,
so
I've seen like maybe clips of the old Superman films. So I've never properly watched one, but I've seen Man of Steel.
And Batman versus Superman, like I do like Batman, but first of all, and I'm going to say what I don't like about it. I'm still going to see it regardless, but I don't like the way the new Batman looks, because I think he looks too buff. He looks just too big. He looks so buff that he almost looks fat in a way.
What for me, what it was that in the Christian Bale ones, everything looked really realistic.
Yeah, very, very sort of doable and like.
Whereas
sort of...
in the new trailers, everything looks a bit. So this sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
Comic booky. It looks cartoon.
Too much so, because this is a live action film.
Yeah. It looks like cartoony.
But then you've got to have Batman like that, because the film is called Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
And like
if it was a standalone Batman film, then obviously it would be like the Christian Bale one, where everything's realistic. But because you've got this element of actual because obviously Batman doesn't have actual superpowers, because pretty much anything that he does can be done, really.
But in this trailer, they've already revealed, like, the flipping film is called Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
But then there's a clip in one of the trailers where Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman are all standing next to each other, looking at something else.
So it's like it's already revealed, like, oh, and by the end of it, they're going to be okay, and they're gonna attack a new thing.
Trailers nowadays. I remember when you would only see a trailer, because obviously the internet's a thing now, and I'm subscribed to so many news channels, and you can't not look at something when it comes out. But when like the trailers used to just be only seen when you would go to the cinema to go and see a film, you're like, crap, what's this? This looks awesome. And by the end of it, you're like, geez, that's awesome. And there'd be one trailer. But now they bring a new trailer, a new edited trailer out every 2 months or something. And you're like, I've seen 25% of this film already just through trailers alone. And you can start to piece things together.
Yeah.
But yeah, Batman vs Superman, I just don't like the idea, because Batman's been given like this sort of like mechanical suit or whatever to like make him strong and powerful.
For me, it's like, I think that looks awesome and looks cool. So I'm, again, completely
contradicting yourself.
It looks awesome.
It does look awesome.
It looks awesome, and it looks awesome because it looks like the kind of shit that you'd have in the comic books or in the cartoons. Which I just said, oh, the film looks too cartoon and whatever and stuff. I think what it is I'm holding on too much because I'm such a big fan of the other Batman films.
Yeah.
What I need to do is just let go and be like, that's its own thing.
You're going to have stuff like this with a new completely twist on the idea.
I'm sad that those are over, but they are their own thing. They're their own trilogy, and I can go back and watch them anytime I want. What I need to do is separate that and say, this is a new thing. This is a new Batman and everything. This is what he looks like, and I need to agree with myself and go, you know what? Yes, he does look cool.
Think about how much you'd be complaining if it was so much more similar to the Batman Begin films.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I guess so.
You'd be sitting there like...
I'd be like, oh, why didn't they just carry on?
Yeah, exactly.
Sort of thing, yeah.
But because they are bringing new actors in and new stuff, they have to change it up. And the Batmobile looks pretty cool, but...
Batmobile looks pretty similar, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like... the Batmobile is always going to look awesome, I think, but it, like, in this film... It's Ben Affleck. I'm not too keen on Ben Affleck, but either way, I'm going to go see it.
I remember hearing about it because obviously I've seen the Daredevil film.
I haven't seen that. Yeah,
and he basically obviously nobody fucking liked that film.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
I did because when I watched it, I was fucking, I don't know, 8. I was not old enough to watch it, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. And I just thought it was cool. I've watched it again after the fact, and I was just like, I can see why people don't like it, but I'm just like, it's just a film, it's just whatever, I'll watch it. But he's kind of skinny in that. He's kind of, he's not, I don't know, he's not like big and bulky. And I imagine Bruce Wayne as, well, Christian Bale's not like the biggest guy.
No.
But, like, obviously he did get muscle and stuff for the Batman films and everything. But he's not like the biggest guy. But like I remember seeing Ben Affleck in the Daredevil film, and I was just like, I just didn't see him as Bruce Wayne. Then I went to the cinema. I don't know what I was seeing. I remember seeing after he had been announced as he was playing the new Batman. I saw a trailer for another film he was in, and I was like, oh shit, he's pretty big.
It might have been Gone Girl. I think because that was a film that came out recently.
I just remember. I don't know. But maybe he was like. I think maybe he was wearing a suit or something. I just remember. I was just like, okay, I can see him as Bruce Wayne now. I can sort of see him.
Don't get me wrong. He, like as a Bruce Wayne, he looks great and stuff. It's just I think
as a Batman.
The Batman. It's just he's a different Batman, and you got to change things up. Haven't you? So
you just got to let it be, let it happen.
But I'm all for like strong female characters and stuff. So either way, I'm going to be seeing this film.
Yeah.
Just.
So obviously, I'm psyched about.
Yeah.
Her being in it, that's really cool. All I wish was that it was more of a surprise for me. I wish that I could have been sat there in the cinema and been blown away in the cinema, like, holy shit, she's in there as well.
But yes, again, like Suicide Squad, I'm more looking forward to just because it seems like I feel like DC always try and do stuff a little bit more dark and gritty compared to Marvel because Marvel's Disney and whatever anyway.
Yeah.
But
I love horror films. I like the voices that film, and I like
got a little bit more grit,
dark, gritty, like stuff.
So like
that's why I like
that. I'll see it.
See, that explains why Batman's my favourite. Obviously, so Batman's my favourite in general, nostalgia, everything, because I grew up with Batman.
Yeah.
I'd wake up.
All round favourite.
So, like, going to school, couldn't get up. I had to get up around, like, 7:30. Could not get up for the life of me to go to school. on the weekends, on a Saturday, I'd get up at 6:30, absolutely fine, no problem whatsoever, just so I could watch Batman the animated series downstairs in the living room on the TV. And apparently my first word was Batman.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, you said that. You said that to me. That's really cool.
My first word was Batman.
Mine was probably third.
So yeah, and I've just always loved Batman. But one logical reason now that I can say that I love Batman so much is I love like how fucked up it is, basically. Because I love that it's like Arkham Asylum. I always find Asylum sort of like the mental
institute sort
of like. I'm trying to say this and not sound like disrespectful to people who have in the real world, people who have stuff like this. Yeah. But in somewhere like with Arkham Asylum in the Batman world and the DC universe and stuff, it's just, to me, it's just everything about it's just so cool. It's really what it is. It's interesting. It's
It's got a lot of depth.
So I love like the characters like the Joker and just how it's all just so messed up and sort of like. There's so much mystery behind the Joker. It's just like, how the hell did he get to how he is and everything? And it's all the characters and everything involved in the Batman universe.
Yeah, and with everything that they bring out, it's still
overall. I think Marvel, I prefer because I like more stuff from Marvel and I pay attention to more stuff from Marvel. And obviously, Marvel just throws everything in our faces for the past however many years. Just everything's been Marvel. Yeah. Now DC is coming up with a lot more stuff, but like. Growing up, I never paid attention to the Flash, Superman, Aquaman.
But this brings it all together, doesn't it?
Like for me, it was most Marvel things like Spider-Man, the Hulk, and all things like that. I grew up like obviously knowing about that, X-Men and all that. But until now, DC, the only thing I paid attention to or like really knew about or had anything to do with was Batman. So Batman overall was my favourite superhero-y thing. However, Marvel had more stuff in it that I actually paid attention and whatever to. Yeah. What's your view on the differences?
Well, I don't know, because like everyone always says like, "Oh, would you like more Marvel or DC?" Yeah. It's like you can't compare them.
I guess you know what, like asking you that now and thinking about your response there, it's like I guess people tend to ask that, and they're like, it's as if you have to have a favourite,
which you don't. Like, even if you did, the DC universe that they're building up, even the TV shows and the movies. The style of it and like the theme is just so different to Marvel, because Marvel will have its dark points and its deep story parts, but compared to it, DC is always going to be so much more darker. Like the trailers, for example, even though Suicide Squad is not going to be taken, I get the feeling it's not going to be taken as seriously as the Batman vs Superman.
The characters in it, like some of them, just sorry.
You don't have to cry about it, Billy. Look, we're just talking about movies.
I kept like going like I needed to burp, but then it wouldn't come out. But then I couldn't get my word out without needing to burp.
Yeah.
But then
you could have thrown up all over the microphone, and we'd have to start this all over.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, we're already we're over an hour in.
I thought we might be.
Yeah, but I'm just rolling with it because now we're on a roll. We're on a roll. I'm just gonna end it now. Let's
talking about movies.
We'll wrap it up when we do. This may be an extra long episode of the podcast. Who knows? So, saying that now, I'm going to make this point, and then I'm like, now I've got nothing else to talk about.
We'll wrap it up within the next 10 minutes because we don't want it too longer than an hour.
So, the characters are in it. So, Harley Quinn and Joker. Yeah. They are clowns, essentially.
They're crazy.
They're crazy, but like. The Joker's basically based off, like, he's basically like a clown.
Yeah.
Like, not a generic clown, but, like, that's sort of what he's like. He's got the laugh and he jokes
he utilises comedy in his own
and
sick,
whatnot.
Twisted way. Yeah.
So, like, but he is messed up. Like, he is sick.
Yeah.
And he is, like the character itself is gritty and there's so much, like, mentally, like, just heavy and whatnot. Same goes for Harley Quinn, because obviously they're sort of together sort of thing, or she is the way she is because of him and whatnot, and she's also sort of based herself like a clown, like a Harley Quinn, whatever. Sort of like clown. I don't know. I don't know what Harley Quinn really is,
because obviously she starts off as just like Dr. Harley Quinn's out.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm really hoping that they do well, because I don't want to get my hopes up. The trailers look awesome for it.
Yeah.
I just want them to execute it well in terms of how she comes around to being the Harley Quinn that we know and love, and
my points from earlier, I like a good origin story. I like a lot,
and like it's always going to be difficult doing an origin story, but as soon as it's right, like that's just when you're like really like engrossed.
This is now going to bring up the conversation we had that clicked in my head, like we need to start a podcast.
Oh yeah,
is that, as you're saying, the trailers look great and everything, they just need to bring it all together.
Yeah,
exactly. They've got, so for me, I'm kind of a bit nervous about it because...
Oh yeah, I remember you saying.
Harley Quinn's my favourite character in anything, so I'm so pumped that they're making a live action film with her as a character in it, right? But it's the first one of it.
Yeah, because she's only been in like TV shows,
they could fuck her up. They could fuck it up.
Yeah.
From the looks of it, they haven't. For the looks of it, it's perfect.
She's already looks like she's got a different style compared to the
different style, but like
the first
I
representation
like it.
of it.
I like it, so I don't care. I like it. But like they've got everything there. They just need to execute it, because I'm worried that. So for me, what it is they've got Margot Robbie.
Margot
Robbie. She, to me, is like the most perfect person ever. That's it, ever. No, but ever, but also to play my favourite character ever.
Yep.
She's like, if I was to I couldn't possibly cast anyone as Harley Quinn, because now in my head that's who Harley Quinn is. I couldn't possibly think of
it like this, right?
Right.
You've got a pepperoni pizza or whatever your favourite pizza is, or your favourite toppings, and you cut it in half, right? Yeah. You're not going to eat one half, and you're not without the other half. You're going to eat that whole pizza.
Yeah.
One side is Margot Robbie, the other is Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
You're eating that whole thing together.
Yeah.
And like the fact that you've got Margot Robbie. Your point is Margot Robbie. She is beautiful.
For me, she's the perfect person in my head.
Yep.
I now could not actually perceive anybody else playing Harley Quinn than her.
People would do a good job, I'm sure.
Right, yeah.
But she is now.
So now, if they fuck it up.
Yeah.
My thought process is like, I wouldn't be so nervous, because I'm like, if they fuck this up, they can always reboot it, as they do with everything. They just scrap it and reboot. But now I'm like, they've got the most perfect person for me to play her.
Yeah.
If they fuck it up and they're like, oh, we'll just reboot it, I'm like, no, it's already ruined. It's blown. You've ruined it.
In the ideal world, that like, well, say that it does flop or whatever, or it's not good, and they decide to reboot it. The chances of Margot Robbie playing Harley Quinn again in the reboot is like, that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. It's not.
They'll want someone different.
So I'm like, please just get this right.
Deadpool, they've done that. Ryan Reynolds played the crappy Deadpool. Bit different. And it's the chances of someone
like
playing.
Deadpool's whole thing is like just pop culture references.
Exactly.
This and that.
Yeah.
Whereas for it to happen in this sense, it would be a bit strange.
Yeah.
Whereas for Deadpool, nothing's too strange, because it's all ridiculous.
Yeah. Marvellous movie mentions. It's the title of this video.
Marvellous movie mentions. Okay.
I was trying to go for alliteration. I don't know. We'll think of something. But we talked about movies a long time, and the thing is, I reckon it's going to take over a lot of the podcast, because I could talk about movies forever.
Same.
You know what we should do?
Yeah.
We should watch, in between recording these, we should pick a film that we both haven't watched and watch them before we record it, and then
we talked about The Voices. Brought that up, and we watched that. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Another film just to mention to you. I think we'll wrap this up after this.
Yeah.
Vacation. I watched that with Charlie.
Okay.
It's a film that came out. It's got I can't remember the character's name in The Office. Andy? Is his name Andy in The Office?
The
Hangover. Yeah. He's in it. I remember seeing trailers for it in the cinema, and I thought, I was just like, that looks like it could be funny, but I bet it's not. It's probably not that good. I'm just like, oh, it looks really funny, but I'm just like, it's probably just okay. I watched that with Charlie the other day. It's actually really good.
Really?
Yeah, okay. I thought it was really good.
So it's a comedy, is it?
It's a comedy. Yeah. It's it was actually really good. I want to watch that with you, because I think
is it on Netflix?
I think you'd find it fun. No,
okay,
Charlie.
I'll just download it.
Yeah. So I could get him to, like, you know,
we'll watch it.
We can watch it. But that was a good film. I remember I was sat there watching it. I was just like, I want to watch this with Ryan. I think he'd find it really funny. Yeah, but the reason why I liked it so much, it was the kind of comedy that, like, some bits were obvious, and that's what I thought the film was going to be. I thought, oh, it's just going to be obvious comedy. Some bits that were funny, I was just like, I wasn't expecting that.
Oh, okay.
I was not expecting that to happen. Sort of thing. Fun. So I was just like, oh, okay. So yeah, that's really good. That's one suggestion. Anybody else listening to this who's not seen it, there's a suggestion for you. And that's it.
Guys, that's it for today's
Time
podcast.
to wrap up the podcast.
Episode 3
extra
is
special
put the nail in the coffin.
Podcast. We started this podcast, we had no direction. There was nothing.
Went better than the second one, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I said to Ryan, I was like, do you have anything to talk about? And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, let's just wing it.
And then we hit record, didn't we?
I feel like the beginning of it, maybe we were a little bit whatever, but we kind of blew up there.
The thing is, like,
right at the end.
I didn't have a coffee in the last one. I had a Powerade. No.
That was your problem.
And it really does get me talking. It really does get me talking, coffee.
So,
don't ever slurp
your
drink again. I don't know why you did that. You're dead to me.
Thank you for listening.
Right, I've got a little announcement to make.
Oh, okay, yeah.
For all of you lucky listeners.
Yeah, right. 2 of them.
I've got a giveaway.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that?
Basically, if you're listening to this right now, you could be in the chance of winning a free... This is from both me and Billy. We're going to give up our own possessions for this.
Oh, God.
And Billy hasn't even agreed to it. If you're listening right now, you can tweet us at Ryan James Carter on the Twitwats and Billy at Yillib Parmiter. That's YLLIB, right?
Yeah.
PARMITER, Parmiter, on Twitter to be in the chance of winning a free tweet, retweet, or favourite of your choice. And we will do that for you if you mention us and share this podcast with anyone who might be interested.
And even if you don't do that, if you tweet me anyway...
We'll do it anyway!
Likelihood is I'm going to favourite or reply to you because I'm not a massive arsehole.
Which is still accurate because I said you might be in the chance of winning. You'll only be in the chance of winning if you do that. So, and you will win a sweet tweet.
Basically, we're just needy. This isn't for you, this is for us.
And like I said, this is our own little project.
This giveaway is not a giveaway. This isn't for you, this is for us because we are lonely and we want people to tweet us.
I'm trying to mask it and make it look appealing.
Yeah, well, I've just blown the lid off you, mate. This is an honest podcast.
You've blown something else off as well today. And
this is an honest podcast and you know what? See you later. Thanks for listening.
Guys, seriously though, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Please tweet us.
For all of you listening right now, Billy and Ryan in post, thank you for paying attention. We will see you in the next one. Or we'll hear you in the next one. You'll hear us in the next one.
Yeah, that's the one.
No, this is the third one. This is the third one. This isn't the one. How long's that going to go on for? Just press fuck and stop recording.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Back off.